Ghosts just want girls' nights.
They want to be included. They don't want the pressure. It's just about having fun.
Just hanging out.
Just seeing where the night goes. It's not like a perform for me unless we decide to learn a choreographed dance together to perform. We've themed this episode Girls Trip.
Weird, fun, spooky things that happen when you're just with your ghouls.
Girls Trip.
It's the girls' room.
The girls' room. Welcome to the girls' room.
Hi.
This is Two Girls, One Ghost.
Two girls, one ghost. And we are your ghostesses. That is Corinne.
Hello.
I'm Sabrina. And yeah, we're going on a girls' trip right now via your stories.
It's an encounters episode, so we read your haunted experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But we've themed this episode Girls Trip.
Bachelorette, girls' trip, weird, fun, spooky things that happen when you're just with your ghouls.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to start?
Do I? Sure. Okay. Okay, I'll start with one that I'm very excited about because this starts with the context of a girls' trip that we went on many moons ago.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, for my bachelorette.
Ah, NOLA.
New Orleans. And we infamously, truly infamously, because we were put in the tabloids because of this.
Still our only moment
in the news,
magazine.
In the press. We caught an image that we really believe is a ghost penis. And one of our listeners believes they found the head to the peen.
Like the tip of the peen?
No,
or
like the face.
The person whose penis it was.
And as context, the Lafitte's Blacksmith shop, in bar, which is where we caught the image of the penis. All the tour guides and people say that often the image of a head is caught.
Jean Lafitte's head is captured when taking photos inside a non-working fireplace that is open from both sides. So it's in the middle of the bar. There's like seating on either side where people can just like sit and have beers or whatever. But if you take a photo, you can see through. But sometimes in the center, hanging right where a flame would be, is the face of Jean Lafitte.
We caught his penis.
Yeah.
Or he flashed us his penis. So this is from our listener, Allison, who was on a girls' trip in New Orleans and captured what most people do capture in the fireplace, but it goes with our penis. Ours. It's our penis.
Our penis.
Sometimes I really
collective.
wish I had a penis.
Oh.
What would you think I was going to say?
Oh, you were talking about shared penises, and then all of a sudden I was like, where are we going?
Oh, you like sharing a penis? I do not want to be a sister wife. No. No, I just would like to have one for a day.
All right, but this one's more PG. There's a face.
Yes. Okay. Hi, ladies. I love your podcast. I love you guys. All right, let's get into it. So there's a first story before. First, I'm going to tell you the story of how I opened my mind to believing in ghosts. I used to work at a retail store in downtown Seattle, and I often worked the overnight floor set shifts where we would be there from 9 p.m. until early in the morning setting out new product and switching out displays. On one of those nights, probably around 2 or 3 a.m., let's just say 3 for the vibes, I was on the ground floor working on an upper display while the rest of the team was upstairs on the second floor. I had headphones in, listening to music pretty loud because I obviously hadn't discovered your podcast yet because otherwise I would have been listening to that. But I was listening to music and I was standing on a ladder adjusting the display when suddenly I felt a very distinctive poke on my ankle. And I figured it was just another member of my team needing my attention, but I didn't hear them over my music. So I looked down and no one was there. I was like, okay, weird. And I just get back to what I was doing. 10 minutes later, I finished the upper display. I got down and went into the stockroom to put away my supplies. Not long after, I hear this banging on the door. And these are really heavy stockroom doors, heavy silver metal doors. It's hit pretty hard to make that level of noise that I was hearing. Again, I assume someone from upstairs needs me and their hands are full, so they're kicking the door or something. But I go, and again, there's no one there. When I finally get upstairs to the rest of the team, I ask if anyone was downstairs looking for me, and my manager was like, no? Why? So I told him what was happening, and he just gaslit me, saying I was imagining things because I was tired.
What?
At this point in my life, I didn't believe in ghosts. I guess I didn't not believe. I just didn't really think about it. But the poke on my ankle was so specific, I have no other explanation for it. One of my coworkers, when I told this story, then came over to me and told me she once felt a tap on her shoulder in that same area of the building. So definitely not imagining things because I'm tired. From then on, anytime something weird would happen, we like to blame it on the ghost. Before it was a store I worked at, it was an FAO Schwartz store. Oh, the giant toy store. Of course that's haunted.
Yeah. Which also, like, how cool. I almost would want to do an overnight in one of those places.
I know. That would be
seems
really
like the
fun.
spookiest, but also really fun.
Like the
it's like
giant...
night at the museum vibes.
Does the giant Toys R Us still exist in Times Square?
Oh, I don't know.
I would
because
love
every
to
other
do...
Toys R Us went out of business, right?
Yeah. Because that would be a really cool one. Okay. So now for the story I teased about in the subject line. Not long after the episode you recorded where you talked about Sabrina's bachelorette party in New Orleans, I found out my best friend wanted to have her bachelorette party in New Orleans as well. So of course, I re-listened to the episode to take some notes about things to see, and I passed them along to the girl organizing the trip. And finally, we got there. It was the first night, and we did a ghost tour. It was filled with stories of Delphine Lalaurie, voodoo, zombies, vampires, and of course, ghosts. About halfway through the tour, we stopped to do a bathroom and drink refill break at none other than Lafitte's Blacksmith shop. I got so excited and, of course, told all the other people in my group about you guys catching a photo of a ghost penis, and I was excitingly showing them the photo. And all of them, including our tour guide, was like, what the fuck? I love that. The tour guide now knows.
Yeah.
While we were waiting for everyone to get their drinks, my friend and I start taking selfies near the fireplace, jokingly like, ooh, what if we also catch a ghost penis? Our tour resumes. We end up spending the rest of the night out on Bourbon Street. You know, it gets wild, and then we go home. The next day, my friend and I are scrolling through our photos, and I see her freeze. And she shows me the photo we took at Lafitte's. Right behind our heads, you can see a face. It's a live photo, so I watched it a couple of times to make sure it's not a trick of the light. And I even compared it to your photo where you had the flash on to see if it's just a light patch in the brick. But I don't think it is. It kind of looks like a Guy Fawkes mask, mustache and all. There's also a strange shadow over my shoulder. I'm on the right. It kind of looks like a hand, but that might just be me wanting it to be a ghost. I'm not really sure. So what do you think? Face of a ghost or just a trick of the light? Love you, spooky queens, and especially precious Leia, Allison.
Do you have the photo?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that totally looks like a face.
Right.
With like the ear. It almost looks like a gargoyle.
It does. It is very much like the Guy Fawkes mask. But I do feel this has like a larger nose. But isn't the story that someone like put the guy's face into the fireplace?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't remember like all the hauntings of it. But so like he does kind of have a deformed face, which would make sense if your face is put into the fire.
Right.
Fun.
You caught something. Ghost evidence. Yeah, I mean, like you can see where the ears are.
I know.
In comparison to the eyes, like you can see the bone structure.
Right.
It totally looks like a face.
It looks like a face.
Dang. What a bachelorette trip.
How fun. Love catching ghost photos on bachelorette trips.
I also love how many emails we got where it was like, we did a girls trip and it's like someone with their kids or someone with their mom and their grandma or something. It's still a girls trip.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not with your girl friends. It's just your friends who you're related to.
Oh, I cannot wait for a girls trip with like my sister and my nieces.
Yeah.
Like just the four of us.
Oh, and when you can do, well, I know you guys don't live near each other, but like I feel like I always see really fun videos and stuff online of people being like, sleep over at your aunt's house or like a weekend with your aunt, and it's like the best time ever and just like amazing experience for
I've been teaching
kids.
Noemi about what a slumber party is.
Of course.
Yes. So she's already prepared.
She's ready.
I'm getting her very ready for it.
Okay, this is from Jan. Here is my ghostal note-sized story.
Ghostal note?
I like that. It's a petite story.
Okay.
In 2014, my two daughters and I took a girls' trip to South Dakota, where my parents both were born. We went to Deadwood and stayed at the Bullock Hotel. It was built and owned by George Bullock back in the day, the old Wild West days, and his presence is said to still be there. So, of course, we took the ghost walk. It was interesting, but we had no spooky experiences. Later that night, we were all asleep in the same room, about 1 a.m., and I felt a cold, wet touch on my hand.
Ew, the wet. I don't like that.
It felt like the size of an eraser. That's really the only way I can think to describe it.
Why do I think that's like a tongue? Oh, no!
No, but you're going to like it.
Oh, okay.
I raised up in bed thinking it was one of my daughters, but they were still sleeping. So then I started to lay back down when I heard clear as day, meow.
Oh, okay. That's such a relief.
I held still for a moment, but nothing else happened. So I just went back to sleep. The next morning, I told my girls about my funny dream and we all laughed. Before we checked out, we were talking to a bartender and he asked if we saw anything weird on our ghost tour. My daughter jokingly said, no, but Mom heard a cat. Does that count? He stopped wiping the glasses and turned around. You're staying on the 3rd floor, right? He asked. We were. He continued, our customers have encounters with cats up there.
No way!
I can assure you, there are no cats in the hotel and we do not know where they come from. But there are definitely ghost cats here.
And they're licking you in your sleep.
Yeah, give me your kisses. So, yay, I realized that I did hear a ghost cat and I got touched by a wet, cold ghost kitty nose.
Oh my
Thanks,
gosh.
Jan. Either a nose or like you truly got like
a ghost kitty kiss.
A kitty kiss.
That's the best.
Right? It starts out spooky because you're like, ew, what is touching
Well, because
her?
I immediately thought of like people can lick too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a good one.
Right?
Now I want to stay there.
The Bullock Hotel.
3rd floor.
Deadwood, South Carolina, South Dakota.
The South something.
If you were expecting South Carolina and you ended up in South Dakota, it's going to be
Two
very
different experiences.
Yeah.
Wow. That's special.
Yeah, that's a great trip.
I love that.
Ghost cats.
Would love to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to that
What
hotel.
success.
This episode also just reminds me so much of like all the investigations we've done because we do them very like slumber party girls trip vibe.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun.
It's funny because that's just always been the default. We've never gone into anything being like,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's just, are we just girls trip? Is that just ingrained in us?
I think we live vicariously as girls trip.
Yeah. Like if Travel Channel was like, I'm giving you girls a show, you're going to do investigations like this. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, no, we would have to make it.
We need our snacks. We need our games, our like
feminine
things
energy
to do with our ghosts.
Yes, lots of snacks. I'm excited to talk about this product because I know a couple people in my life who are trying to stop smoking and quit vaping and break the habit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this amazing company. It's called Fume. It's a flavored air device that is designed specifically to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking that hand-to-mouth pattern. So it's simple, natural, and honestly kind of genius. There's no nicotine, no batteries, no vapor. It's just a weighted, twisty, fidget-friendly tool that gives your hand something better to reach for when you do have cravings show up.
And there are some really good flavors too. So they have the crisp mint. That's one of the strongest flavors. So for people who are more heavy users, that's one that I think a lot of people do well with and recommend. And then they also have some sweeter, tangier ones like raspberry and fun flavors like that.
Yeah. It makes kicking your habit
easier.
Yes. And when you grab the Journey Pack, you will also get a free gift just for using our code TGOG.
Fume has already helped over 700,000 people take steps towards better habits, and now it's your turn. Use our code TGOG to get a free gift with your Journey Pack. Head to tryfume.com, that's TRYFUM.com, and use code TGOG to claim your free gift today.
Okay, let's see. This one is called A Ghost Tried to Ruin My Bachelorette Party.
Oh my God.
And this is from Steph.
Wow.
Okay. Hi, Corinne and Sabrina. I'm shamelessly resending this story with a catchier subject line, hoping to get your attention. But in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure a ghost crashed my bachelorette party. Before anyone says anything, I would like to share that at the time of my bachelorette party, I was not a big drinker. I think I had one drink the whole night and none of my bridesmaids got hammered, so I really don't think alcohol was a factor in what we experienced.
I love how Steph says, at the time, I was not a big drinker, which almost like insinuates that maybe now Steph is.
Oh, she's like getting drunk all the time.
I know I have a bottle of wine every night now, but back in the day.
One drink maximum. Okay. Well, this is sweet. I'd also like to start the story by saying my sister is a saint. She was so nervous about being my maid of honor and making sure everything was perfect. And all I wanted for my bachelorette party was a low-key sleepover with my best friends where we could stuff our faces and watch rom-coms all night. So
wait, I think I've told you this before. I was so nervous that Lexi wasn't going to plan your bachelorette, like that something would go wrong, that I made backup reservations for every single meal and every single day for your bachelorette. And then just as things worked out, I would cancel them.
You did?
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, this is not gonna, because we had a really big party. I was like,
yeah,
we're not risking something going wrong here.
Well, and I think I also told you because when I told my sister what I wanted, because my sister and I were both engaged and like planning weddings kind of around the same time. I'm also divorced, in case people are confused. This is a past life of mine.
This was a girls' trip.
This was just a girls' trip. But when I told her I wanted to have like a vampire theme night, she was like so disgusted. And she was like, I do not want that for mine. I was like, I'm not saying for yours. Like, I know.
Like, this is
trust
my
me,
bachelor
I would
party.
never plan a vampire night for you.
She also wasn't going to New Orleans.
She was
like,
going to
it
Vegas.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, she did a great job. But
yeah, she did a great job.
But
But I had her back just in case she needed it.
I think she low-key is like disturbed by how weird I am. Actually, it's not even low-key. She's very upfront about it. Yeah. She's like, you're so fucking weird.
Whatever.
And I'm proud of it. Okay.
Weird people are more fun.
I agree. My sister's fun too, but you know.
But we're a little less predictable.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. So we decided to rent an Airbnb in our hometown, and it was perfect. It was a 2-story home with a cute little backyard. When you walked into the house, you entered a landing/hallway with 2 staircases, one going up and one going down. The one that went up led into a large bedroom, and the one that led down led to the living room and kitchen. On the main floor, right off the front door, were 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. This house had tons of Instagrammable rooms and decor and could fit the whole bridal party comfortably. I was so excited to spend the night with my favorite ladies. Sounds perfect. What could go wrong? However, what I didn't know going in was that my sister's friend recommended we lie on the Airbnb application and said only 3 people would be staying in the house. I'm not sure if it's because it was a bachelorette party and we wouldn't have been approved by the owner, or if my sister was just trying to save money, but that's what she did. She put 3 people. So I get to the Airbnb on the day of my bachelorette party, and it already starts off weird. I'm carrying in my suitcase, and I see the neighbor across the street taking photos of me and the other girls going in. Okay, weird. But I didn't give it much thought. She wasn't exactly hiding what she was doing, and I'm not confrontational enough to say something, so we just kept going about our business and going into the house. That is, like, suspicious. That would make me uncomfortable, the neighbors taking pictures of me.
Oh, yeah. But I understand, like, as a group, you have an expectation of, like, how the weekend's going to go. And so even though, like, you might want to say something, sometimes you're like, let's just let things go and, like, see how
so non-confrontational. That's my MO. Just head down, keep going. My sister wasn't nervous about it. She was calm. She was convinced the lady was just sending pics of everyone to the homeowner so he could call the cops for lying on the Airbnb. So we just laid low. We were quiet, didn't play loud music inside or outside the house, and kept the place clean. But she still was getting worried that they would find a reason to kick us out. Turns out we should have been way more worried about a ghost than any police paying us a visit. So we ignore the creepy neighbor. I calm my sister down, and we go down to the bottom floor. And she had decorated the kitchen and living room with tons of streamers and adorable helium balloons. Streamers were hanging from every doorway and around the kitchen table and bar. We got into matching outfits, took a ton of photos for Instagram, and got the rom-com started. About an hour or 2 into the party, one of my bridesmaids noticed that one of the balloons, the engagement ring-shaped one, was sinking towards the floor. We chalked it up to helium slowly seeping out of it. We ignored it until another bridesmaid went to grab more snacks from the kitchen. There, she saw the engagement ring balloon had slid under the kitchen table. Now, this was a bar-height table surrounded by bar stools. There was no room for the balloon to float underneath it without being turned perfectly.
Yeah, they're weirdly shaped.
Yeah.
Because there's a hole in the middle.
My bridesmaid pointed it out to the rest of us, and we all tried to figure out if there was a vent nearby that could have magically pushed it under the table, but we couldn't find anything to make sense. We got a little weirded out and just laughed it off, and as we tried to lighten the mood, all 7 of us watched the balloon turn 180 degrees under the table, slide horizontally between the chair legs, and rise back up. It went from floating about 3 inches above the floor to now floating 5 feet off the ground in the middle of the kitchen. We all stared in disbelief. The balloon just hovered in the kitchen. We were all too shocked to be scared. We paused our movie and just stared at the balloon. Then 30 seconds later, it started moving horizontally towards the doorway that led to the staircase. Now, there were streamers hanging in that doorway, and we watched the balloon hit the streamers, stop, then slowly push its way through the streamers to the landing at the bottom of the stairs. At this point, one of my bridesmaids goes, "Wouldn't it be so scary if the streamers fell down right now?" And I swear to God, the streamers were yanked from the doorway.
Oh my God.
Every single one of us started screaming, and we backed ourselves into the kitchen furthest away from the staircase. We fought over who would go to the doorway to check the streamers to see where the balloon went. And since it was my bachelorette party, I volunteered to do it. What? You should be like, I'm safe. You all go.
You're the number one person who doesn't have to do it.
Well, I think Steph's one of us. I slowly crept to the doorway. I picked the streamers up from the floor. The tape that was holding them was still stuck to the doorway, and I could see where they had literally been ripped from the force of being pulled down.
Wow.
There's no way the wind could have done that. This was full on like a force that pulled them down. I turned the corner, I looked up the staircase, and I saw the balloon creeping up the staircase, still about 5 feet off the ground, like it's being held. Ugh. It made it all the way to the front door at the top of the stairs and stopped. It stayed there, hovering, right around where the peephole to the door was. And as if it was divine timing, the doorbell rang. We all started screaming again. Luckily, it was one of my bridesmaids who was running late and not a ghost ding-dong ditching us. I made my friend run downstairs with me to avoid the haunted balloon. We tried to continue the party as if the haunted balloon wasn't still hovering by the front door, but the mood was a little off. We ended the night quietly watching Girls Trip, trying not to pee our pants from fear. At the end of the night, we were all too terrified to go to bed. We ran past the haunted balloon to our rooms, got ready for bed with our doors shut, and I ended up having a room to myself and had nightmares all night long.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Because I was going to say, like, how much do you want to bet that this was just, like, another girl, like a ghost girl who was just like, oh, I want to be a part of this. Like, this is so fun. Look at this balloon. Like, just there to party. But the nightmares
and also, if you're that scared, I would make everyone sleep in bed with me. Like, I would not sleep alone.
No.
I wouldn't be able to go to sleep by myself.
I don't think
I'd be too
scared.
Either. I can't remember the nightmares now, but all I know is that I did not sleep well. As we cleaned up the next morning, this part's what's scary. As we cleaned up the next morning, that engagement ring balloon was stabbed with a knife at least 10 times. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Oh.
I read that wrong. I definitely misread this when I first read it. I thought the ghost had stabbed it with a knife and like left it there as like a crime scene. The girls stabbed the balloon with a knife to dispose of it.
They were scared of the balloon.
Yes. As I look back on the party, I'm pretty sure that ghost was maybe looking out for the owner because the owner didn't want a bachelorette party on his property and maybe the ghost was trying to scare us away. I'm with you. I think the ghost was just like, this is the first time they've seen a bachelorette party.
Right. Fun time.
Yeah. Although it was a bit scary at the time it was happening, I am happy I can say I had a bit of a haunted bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah.
I also had a few spooky spiritual things happen at my wedding as well, and it makes me happy I had guests from the other side attend the ceremony. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope it could either give you goosebumps or put a smile on your face. We also never heard from the Airbnb owner or the police about our stay, so I guess it was all okay. See you on the other side, Steph. Wow. I also feel like a house that's decorated very like Instagrammable and stuff, it's kind of made to host like a bachelorette party.
Right. I don't know why the idea was that maybe they just came in with a certain energy that felt right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are weird about stuff.
Neighbors are not always friendly.
Yeah.
And also I feel like there's communities where neighbors hate that houses are turned into Airbnbs. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it might have nothing to do with you guys at all. It was just like a neighborly dispute.
Right. Totally. Yeah. But like the fact that the spirit was performing where it was like, oh, how creepy would it be if all the streamers came down? And it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's fun. Right. That's like, we're having a good time. We're spooking ourselves.
For sure.
We're just girls on a trip.
I would do that if I were a ghost in that house.
Right.
And also like maybe that ghost had always wanted a ring. And here was like a massive, like the biggest freaking rock you could ask for.
Right. Well, and it's also an oddly shaped balloon. And it's not like you come across those balloons very frequently.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, bachelor parties don't have them.
That's true.
I don't think.
That's true.
I don't know. I've never been to one. But it's more of like a rare find. It's a rare gem of a balloon.
It's a gem. Yeah. I'm on the spirit side. I think the spirit was
I think they were fun.
Trying to have fun. Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun. Okay, this is called I Witnessed a UFO in Southern Appalachian Mountains.
On a girls' trip?
And I have witnesses.
That is my dream next girls' trip. If
Hey,
I ever
girl.
have another bachelorette, we're going UFO hunting.
It's just CE5 event. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I get to plan this one, not Lexi.
Literally only, well, no one else will come except for you. Everyone will be like, sorry, RSVP unavailable.
I already did it. I already spent the money. I'm like, no, guys, come on. We're going to get abducted in the desert. It's different this time. A lot of the events are free.
You just might never come back.
I know a lot of people wouldn't go if it was completely themed that way. Because
100%.
When I was in charge of booking the ghost tour in New Orleans, I had to book a much politer, lighter ghost tour than you and I would have done.
Yes.
Because
people were scared.
I was getting a lot of comments from people who were quite scared and didn't want to go. And I was like, we're not going to go. It's not going to just be me, you, and like one other person.
Right.
The rest of the house is going to be
at home.
At home. Like,
no.
I have to
people were troopers. They came.
Yeah, they did. Okay. Hey, girls or ghouls. My name is JoJo. I'm 27, and I'm from East Tennessee, a.k.a. Southern Appalachia.
Hell yeah.
This is a pretty short story, so I'm just going to jump into it. This happened a few years back, so I can't really recall what time of year it was, but I know that it was a regular day. Nothing special.
Every day is special.
It is when you're with your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend and I decided to take a trip to Asheville, North Carolina, which is only about an hour trip from where we live. And this is something we did all the time. We would go for shopping. We would enjoy different types of restaurants. It was just different than what we had in our own town. And I will preface this by saying that I never fully believed in UFOs, let alone aliens. But after seeing what I saw with my own eyes, I cannot rule out other beings being amongst us. So
even Obama believes in aliens.
Yeah. Do you believe him when he was saying that
Area 51 wasn't like a
real
that
there's
thing?
no like aliens kept here that he's aware of?
Well, he said that there were no aliens being kept at, what is it, Area 51. That doesn't mean they're not being kept somewhere else. And he said he never saw them, but that doesn't mean...
insinuated that there were no like known bases or something keeping aliens.
I believe that whatever part of the government or universe is doing alien studies, the president wouldn't even know about it.
Well, that's
like it's a deep underground.
Because they asked the interviewer asked him like, well, what was the like one thing you were hoping to learn answers about when you became president? He was like, aliens. Yeah. Of course. Aren't all of us looking for that? Wait,
what?
Okay, conspiracy.
Love it. We really need like a little basket behind the couch that has like some props.
The tinfoil hats.
And the tinfoil hats.
We have to do that. That's so easy. That's so easy to do.
Okay, let's do it.
But I saw a TikTok where I don't know what the original TikTok was because it was someone else that like was like stitching over it or like telling the story of seeing it. Yeah, where a woman was at Buckingham Palace and she was using one of those like thermal cameras or whatever. And the heat signatures were coming off of everyone walking around. The heat signatures were coming off of all of the guards in the back. But the guards in the very front of the palace had no heat signature. And so the whole conspiracy was that they weren't human.
They're aliens. They're amphibious aliens.
Lizard people.
Without heat.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, sure. Here is the tea. Unknowingly, after our great girls' trip and on our way back home over the mountains that evening, we were driving along, singing, talking, doing what us girls do, when all of a sudden a gigantic, glowing, and maybe shining even orb appears out of nowhere in the sky, in between the mountain ranges. Both me and my friend are in complete silence. The UFO did a little wiggle motion in the sky and then darted off into seemingly thin air.
I like the wiggle motion. I can think of them like dancing a little bit in the sky before going away.
The velocity in which it was traveling was not from this universe. It looked like it was traveling at the speed of light. The light was an otherworldly color as well.
Oh, interesting.
The light, yeah. She said the light coming from it was kind of indescribable. I'll do my best to explain and paint a picture for you. If you think of like a striking blue or like an LED bright, almost whitish blue, but extremely bright, like almost blinding. I have actually never seen that color before.
Whoa.
We were both silent for only a few minutes after it disappeared, and I know we were both trying to understand what we had just witnessed. We both looked at each other simultaneously and both said, "Did we just see a UFO?" We both agreed that if it were a plane, we would have seen flashing lights as airplanes have, or we would have been able to see it travel into the distance because they just don't disappear like that one did. So yeah, basically it had no similarities to a plane. It wasn't a light tower. There were none in that area. We both came to the conclusion that what we had witnessed had to very much be a UFO.
Yep.
And if you have your best friend see the same thing and describe the same thing as you, well, now you know you aren't crazy. And yeah, maybe that did really just happen, and it makes it that much more real. And I still can't believe or understand what we saw or why we saw it. What do you think? What are your opinions? Love the podcast. Jojo.
You guys saw a UFO?
Totally.
Easy. Simple.
Done. UFO.
Next case.
Case
solved. I love that. And also I feel like North Carolina, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like mountain ranges. It's at night. You're traveling on a road.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense.
It does.
But how cool.
I feel like this episode has just given me a list of places that I want to go to to have paranormal encounters. I
can't believe we didn't have any crazy things happen when we were driving like thousands of miles, it felt like, when we were on tour. We drove all the way from Maine to Virginia and back.
We had a lot of daytime driving.
That's true.
The only nighttime drive that we did was after our Brooklyn show. We drove to Brian's house. That was like the nighttime drive. And the scariest thing that happened was trying to get out of Brooklyn and get onto the highway.
Oh, I missed the turn like 17 times. We were going in circles. We were staying in Manhattan.
It was confusing, though. No, we were staying in New Jersey.
No, I know. But like my car was staying in Manhattan. I got from Brooklyn to Manhattan. Yeah. But I couldn't get out of Manhattan.
So I feel like that was the thing that happened. Mm-hmm. We were more focused about getting to the next location. Okay, wait. I'm excited for this one because it's got a creepy ass photo.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gosh, I feel like people have really been sending us more evidence recently, and I'm so happy about it.
Take a second. Look at Corinne and I's skin. Is it glowing?
You could actually take a good hard look at my skin because I have zero makeup on today. So,
well, from my perspective, you are radiant and glowing, and you look super youthful.
Thank you.
And let me guess, you're using OneSkin.
Yeah, we've been using OneSkin for a few years. It's such a great product, and what I love is that it's real science. Yes. So I feel comfortable recommending OneSkin.
Their research led to OS1, which is OneSkin's proprietary peptide. It is the first ingredient proven to switch off those damaged senescent cells, which means it actually slows skin aging directly at the source. So we're giving our skin a clear signal to repair damaged cells, support collagen, and strengthen our skin barrier.
They have a really lovely under eye cream. And just because I've loved using OneSkin, I have actually both gifted it to my mom, and I've also gifted it to my aunt. Born from over a decade of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock the healthiest skin now and as you age. And for a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code TGOG at oneskin.co/TGOG. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code TGOG. And after you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. So please support our show and let them know that we sent you.
Okay, this is from Michaela. I think that we can use your name. Okay. Caught on film. The Lost Phone Airbnb. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
I've written a few tales a while ago, but this weekend came complete with another experience that as soon as it happened, I happily exclaimed, I must send it to my ghostly gals, which admittedly earned some weird looks from my friends, but whatever. Names have been changed, so you're free to share away. Also, you will see that people's faces have been blurred out, or she put scratch marks on the faces so that we can't show their identities.
Okay.
This is because they requested photos of them not be shared. But these photos must be shared. Honestly, it's sort of perfect. The following experience happened this weekend as we were at an Airbnb for my friend's spooky fall-themed wedding. So there are some men here, but they're staying at an Airbnb for the wedding weekend, but they have bachelorette parties during the weekend.
Okay, yeah. It's a, what do we call them?
Combo.
When it's combined? Jack and Jill.
Oh, is that a name for that? I didn't know that. Okay.
It's a Jack and Jill.
So when my husband, Brandon, and I, Michaela, pulled up to the Airbnb in Loomis, California, it was stunning. The house was an odd design, but tastefully managed and fairly newly built in 2018. As we began getting settled in, there was nothing strange except that one of our friends, Stacy, could not find her phone, which, losing phones is just a reality of being alive at this point, so we all wrote it off. But she insisted she could not find it and had no idea where it could be. People called it, half of the people were hunting for it, and literally nothing. Finally, it was found, but it took a long time for being in a house that was only sort of occupied. I'm curious where they found it.
Mm-hmm.
We moved on with our night as the bride, Cindy, and groom, Russ, had returned from dinner with their parents. They did the run-through with parents and the officiant, who was Stacy's husband, Josh. And the bachelorette and bachelor parties were about to start, which is where the photos come in. So Cindy and Russ wanted a Polaroid taken before the parties began. No biggie. Stacy took the following photo of them, and Josh held it while it developed. Even before it was done, he said, "Oh my God, is that a ghost in the hallway?" And he's like, "That's totally a ghost." Cue the Polaroid being passed around and all of us being shocked.
Oh my God. I can't wait to look at it.
What's important to know is Josh and Stacy are deeply religious and do not do the spooky. So out of all of us, they are the least likely to lean into something scary happening. But within the next minute, I had Stacy take a control photo from the same exact position so we could debunk it. Alas, there was no ghost. Here, we can look at the photo and then I'll continue with the story. It's hard because it's a photo of a Polaroid, but you can tell.
Oh, is it like the figure in the doorway?
Yeah. In the photo of the two of them. But then if you look at them side by side, like there's maybe like a doorway, but the ghost is almost blocking that doorway in the original photo.
Yeah. It's so wild because the figure almost looks like one of those like blow up.
It does. It's like very tall.
Dolls. Yeah. And like thin and very, I don't know, like stiff.
But you can see the shape of like the head.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, like the legs are almost abnormally long and tall.
So weird.
I love a ghost photo. Okay. Once the main hubbub about the photos died down, we all went on with our night. Before we go to our parties, we had a small combined little kickoff. During this time, a spider nest hatched behind the couch and all of the spiders swarmed up the walls.
Oh my God.
Was this a coincidence?
That is a nightmare trip.
Horrifying. I'm not convinced it was a coincidence. And all of us were on edge, having this bad crawling feeling as we continued through the night. Yeah, I'd be, I wouldn't want to sleep there.
I would rather see a demon than a spider's nest hatch in the home I'm staying in.
Yeah. Prior to going to bed, Josh and Stacy prayed over the area where the ghost was seen because they were not here for sleeping with that thing outside their door. Brandon and I were sharing a room with another couple, Mandy and Bronx, so we couldn't go to sleep until they were all ready to call it a night. No big deal. We cleaned up, the boys finished an intense game of Halo, and as part of the cleaning, we needed to take the trash out. Again, not a big deal. None of us knew where the bin was, so we went to go track it down. We were outside about halfway down the driveway when something strange happened. It just felt really heavy, and the both of us looked at each other. We both felt it. The lights from the house seemed to not penetrate the darkness on the driveway. It almost felt like it got darker. So I turned on my flashlight, and even that barely illuminates in the darkness. Mandy, who is self-proclaimed not sensitive, starts to tell me how she doesn't feel right. Something is wrong. Like there's something thick and unsettling. To which I agreed. Now, the stars were exceptional and usually were the kinds of people who would take some time to admire them. But right then, we were like, nope. And we boogied back inside as fast as we could.
We boogied. I love that.
The next morning was a flurry as it was wedding day. And in the rush of getting ready, I lost my phone. But I also had this weird experience of having zero memory about where I last had it. It was like my memory was wiped. Brandon and I searched and searched. He called my phone. I tried to ping it from my watch and literally nothing. Until finally, I found it sitting on the bed as if it had been there the whole time. I brushed it off as maybe I was tired. But then later that day, Mandy's phone goes missing. Same thing. Pinging it, looking for it, ends up being just like in front of her eyes. Then the wedding photographer's phone goes missing. Again, same thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so many.
It's also interesting because every person who loses their phone has this like gap in memory. Like, I don't remember the last time I used it.
Mm-hmm.
Then bam, there it is in a fairly easy place to find. A few times we joked that it was the ghost. It seemed funny at the time, but now I don't know. The last thing after the wedding is we were all sitting around talking, and we started out in the kitchen where Brandon was filling his water bottle. Then we moved to the living room where I distinctly remember watching Brandon set his water bottle down by the front of his chair. A few minutes later, I asked him for it because I was thirsty, but it wasn't there. We all went up searching for it. No one can find it. Confused, Brandon walked to the kitchen, and there it was, sitting in the kitchen, across from where we had been, across from where we had all been looking.
What is the spirit looking for? Like, it feels like it's going through everyone's phone.
And then it's just like almost like disorienting all of them too.
Yeah.
After we left, we were all absolutely exhausted. And not just because we had a bachelorette party and a wedding and a long weekend. No, we were drained in a way that I've never felt before. Once we made it to the airport, I started thinking back on everything. And I can't help but feel that this house was like a hot spot or built on some type of portal. We were so utterly exhausted. And I can speak for myself, but I and Brandon were completely sober the entire time, didn't have a single drink. I would love to know your thoughts.
Maybe the ghost wanted him to have a drink and that's why it was stealing his water bottle.
Yeah, it's like, stop hydrating, get drunk so I can be more of a pest.
I'm taking all of your phones. I'm going to take drunken photos of all of you and blackmail you.
Yeah, that's from Michaela.
That is a lot of activity with a lot of witnesses and a lot of targets.
And it's just disorienting. Like, what is the purpose?
It's weird.
Yeah. But
I don't totally have an answer about the photo.
I do love a ghost photobombing.
I know.
What also just makes me think that like this entity is like always watching them wherever they are in the house.
Always watching.
You know, but it's like just lurking, waiting for an opportunity to do something. But it's just so
like a
weird.
Pest. It's like how a nuisance.
It's like removing things that are right in front of your eyes.
Right.
But
which
like,
does kind of remind me of my childhood home because there would be,
yeah,
you know, you'd know that you put something down on the counter or on the desk or something.
Yeah.
And then you'd search for like an hour and you wouldn't find it. And then you had to just be like, okay, I just need to give it a beat. I'll go back to exactly where I have looked 4 times and I know where I put it.
And it's there.
And if you wait long enough, it'll just be exactly where it was before.
Which makes me wonder about, because even in Michaela's email, like every time they would, like when you do the Find My iPhone ping, it's loud.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You could have left it in the basement and you're on the like second floor
and you'll find it.
And you can hear it.
Uh-huh.
But every single time, no one could hear the sound.
Mm-mm.
So it almost makes me feel like it's going to another dimension.
It wasn't
briefly.
In that same plane.
Yeah.
This is reminding me of Halloween Town where like they go to the guy's house who has all of lost items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just dropping through like a dimension. Or the ghost was taking it to his lair.
Okay. I have some photo evidence and video evidence as well.
I love it.
This is called 31st Birthday Haunting. Hey girls, love listening to your pod while I'm driving and doing chores. I've been a fan of paranormal things since I was a kid, but never experienced anything personally. That is until my 31st birthday. I live in New Brunswick, Canada, and for my birthday, my sister, my mom, and I decided to do a little trip to Halifax, Nova Scotia, to go to a Nordic spa and do some shopping, etc. The first night we were there, we went out for dinner and decided we wanted to go get a cocktail at a cocktail bar.
How fun.
Yeah.
Fancy.
The first one we walked to was closed for renovations, so I quickly just Googled another one and we took an Uber over. When we got there, I was like, okay, this is a cocktail bar? It was super historic in a home called the Henry House. The main floor was turned into a pub and the upstairs was a bar.
I love that. Wait, now I want to look up the Henry House.
As soon as we walked in, I jokingly said, okay, this place is haunted for sure. So we sit down. The vibes are cozy. The fireplace is warm. There's very old furniture. It felt like we were back in the 1800s. Our waitress comes over and takes our orders and gives us a little history about the house. It was built in 1835, housed many government officials at that time, etc., etc. So I'm sitting there looking at this very old portrait of what I assume to be a man who lived there at some point, and I decided to take a Snapchat to send to a few friends of the place.
Why do I feel like Snapchat catches so many ghosts?
I know. Because it's like, maybe the ghosts are like, oh, it disappears.
Yeah. Little do they know.
And I turned the camera to my face very animatedly, reacting to the kind of creepy photo I was filming. When I look back at that video, before I clicked send, I noticed a freaking face right beside mine. Now, I have tried to debunk this with my sister and my mom, but the face doesn't look like mine. I don't have any explanation. I showed our waitress and she actually freaked out and got me to send it to her so that she could show all of the other staff.
I love that.
She said this place has a ton of paranormal activity and many employees have their own spooky experiences. I didn't feel like this was a bad entity, maybe just someone popping in saying happy birthday. I don't know. Either way, it was a birthday that I will always remember.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll watch the video first.
Although look how, it's like how unassuming that building is.
Oh yeah. It's
beautiful.
Very cool. But yeah, I would also get out of the Uber and be like, are we in the right place? This does not look like an establishment. Okay, we'll do the video and then I'll show you the photo.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then she takes the, screen grabs the.
Oh my gosh.
Because at first I was like, oh, is it some weird reflection of like her own face? But the nostril placement's different.
Like the whole face is tilted.
Like the expression
oh my God, it's so
is different.
creepy. It's like staring at her. Oh my God. It's. Oh my God.
It is really creepy. Ooh, the hairline looks different. Oh, now I'm getting chills.
Wait, how do you see it again? Go back to it. It looks like a woman.
At first, I totally thought it was a woman too.
Oh my gosh.
Look at how close the nostrils are together.
Yeah. That's so clear.
It is. And it's like right on top of her.
Wow.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's watch the video again. Let's look at what the picture, like the portrait looked like.
The one that she pans to?
Okay, that guy had a mustache. Not him.
Wait, now I want to know, because like, who is that?
I don't know. Someone who feels like they can just about smooch her. Oh, this is from Chantel.
That is amazing. And also so unsettling because especially, it's one thing if you saw that later, but seeing it exactly in that moment and then having...
Before she even clicked send, like she just took it a second ago.
And then having to sit there and finish your drink.
Like, oh my God, this thing is like right on me right now.
That is so wild. Creepy. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
See, this is why you need to go on more girls trips because the ghosts love it. Like it really does remind me of when Meredith and I were at the Reed House Hotel in Chattanooga, episode 359, if you're curious.
You're so good at remembering. You always remember the actual number of episodes. You'd be like, oh, that was Encounters 159. I'm like, what? How do you know?
I mostly only remember for recent episodes, like if I've uploaded them or if I've done something recently with them.
I don't remember things as we're doing them. We just read this and I went at like, as we were talking to put the video in a folder for our editor and I couldn't remember what the number was. What the number that we're recording is.
Because we're also recording so many different episodes all at once.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of my things.
Your special skill.
One of my special skills. Anyway, but yes, it reminds me of that night where we really truly had a girls' night with the spirit, Annalisa, of the Reed House Hotel. And I feel like ghosts just want girls' nights.
They want to be included. They don't want the pressure. It's just about having fun.
Just hanging out.
Just seeing where the night goes. It's not like a perform for me unless we decide to learn a choreographed dance together to perform.
Or to, which I want to do more of that. I haven't done a choreographed dance with friends since the WAP music video.
Oh my God.
Should we do a choreographed dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how fit and flexible I am at the current moment. I can
and we don't have much space in our studio.
Bend over without getting crazy reflux, but we'll see. So long as I could do river dancing. Maybe.
Okay, we can do that.
Because then you're upright the whole time.
Yeah, we don't have to bend and snap.
Okay.
We can stay upright. Being a girl is so magical. Like I really the other night I told you I went to La Fabrica with Madison and like all of her girlfriends. And so I knew Madison, but I had never met any of like her other friends. So I was going into a situation where I knew one person, but it was a bunch of girls. It was like 8 girls total. And I was just like, even though going out and drinking doesn't like fill my cup energy wise, being around a bunch of girls who were just so supportive of one another and like also just sharing my lore. Cause like when I dropping like that I'm divorced, people are like, what?
Because you're still so young.
Yeah. But it was just like very, I don't know. There was just something so cup filling about just being around a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Who just, it was all love and support and kindness.
It is.
Girls.
We
love a girl's girl. And we love girls and we love ghost girls and we love ghosts. And we love
Which is why we have one additional story over on Patreon about a girls trip.
So if you want another ghost story, come join us on Patreon. There's also so many other things on Patreon. Like you get episodes 1 week early and ad-free. You can join us and share your ghost story with us live every week. On Tuesdays, we have campfire stories. And then there's bonus episodes, there's witch classes and book club. There's so many things that we're doing over there. So many things
like a whole nother world of Two Girls, One Ghost content that's like our content, but also just
Fun.
Pulling all of the other resources and people we have access to like create cool things.
Like we have so much over there that every time someone like reviews our Patreon, they're like,
the business people
are like, you're doing more than anyone does. Like that's like
which
crazy.
in part we're like, oh, oops.
Whoopsie.
But then it's like,
you're welcome. It's worth it.
We did what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So
please email us any ghost stories that you have, 2girls1ghostpodcast@gmail.com. And then you can watch us on YouTube. You can follow us on social media and rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. And please share with your friends. It's a pyramid scheme.
Shout out to Jamie Ryan, our entire 2 Girls 1 Ghost team, the production, management, everyone behind the scenes. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to all of you. We wouldn't exist without you because your listenership is really the only thing that keeps truly alive.
Absolutely. So we're very grateful for you.
And we'll see you over on Patreon if you're a member for our additional story, or we will see you on the other side.